and welcome to Scrapping on the Fly. My name is Kristen, and I'm here to celebrate Jessica Michaels and her 1,000 subscribers. Super exciting. So, I am scrap lifting one of her layouts, and let me tell you, it was hard to make a choice because they are all amazing. But I was going for something that was not too complicated, not too much mixed media because it was late at night when I started. And so I skimmed and remembered I had these 3 pictures of my dog having ice cream for the first time. So I thought that I would go ahead and do those because there were 3 pictures on her layout. I thought it would work out perfectly. And so I decided to use my Echo Park, mostly from the Bark collection, but I also have another sticker sheet from like Love My Dog. And then I have all this ephemera from Love My Dog, Bark, and Heart My Dog or something like that. And then I have these Bramble Fox perspectives, and I'm looking at using some of those light blue ones just as extra filler. And then I'm going to use this ground espresso distress oxide with this stamp for the 2 corners. And I don't need anything that big, but I like that pattern, so I thought I would go with that. And I have some scraps so that I can get those used up as well. So I've got my papers, my embellishments, my mixed media, my pictures in this awesome layout. So let's see how this goes. So I'm only using a part of this big stamp, so I just put it on a smaller block. I have a bigger block, not big enough for this because this is like a 6x6 and I have a 6x5 stamping block. But I was just needing the corner, and so I just kind of moved it around down here at the bottom. I did get a lot of ink on my fingertips, but it's fine. So I just wanted that lined concept, and I have a couple other stamps that I probably could have used, but I liked the little cloudy look of these, and so that is what I went with. And I went with the brown because there's some brown in this collection. And then of course my dog is tan and brown. So, and then I'm going to use this blue paper, and I have this paper tear and paper terror. So I'm going to line everything up so that it is reasonably straight across. And then I'm going to pull up on the paper. And because it's Echo Park, or, it's cardstock and not thin paper, it doesn't tear exactly how those lines work, but that's fine with me. It was still a little bit more of a guided tear and not just random to where it was gonna, could have made it significantly smaller and torn the wrong direction. So then I also tore the other side, and that little piece you can see over there on the left corner is going to be used for one of the tucking pieces. And then I ink the sides with the ground espresso as well. So it helps that blue pop off of there. So that little piece of that crisscross paper is what I tore off of one side. And then I'm going to add another piece to the other side once I figure out what I'm going to use. So I just tucked my ATG gun back underneath there so it doesn't stick to the page because I have already put adhesive on there. And I must say that my favoriteest person in the whole wide world these days is the paper snob, because I was having the worst time with my daggone ATG because it kept falling off. The tape would fall off if I didn't go really slow, and even when I went slow, it was falling off. And she told me what trick to use, and since then, I haven't had to fix it once. So my sanity says thank you. So I wanted to tuck these little dogs in here because I thought they were so cute, and if their little heads were peeking up above, that I thought that would be perfectly fine. And that was a border strip that was on the back side of this blue paper. So I was only using one paper other than the scrap that I used to map my pictures. So, and then I'm going to pull out some things on the original layout. She has what I would assume is like tags or cut aparts that are behind some of the pictures. So I thought that I would use some scraps for that. And then I pulled out these 2 banners, and I put those up here because there's those cute little banners up in the top of hers as well. And this paper is the perfect size for my pictures. I just had to be creative. And so I very thinly matted all three of them in that red paper. And then this little doggy paper is a scrap, and then these puppy paws are a scrap that I just had stuck in my little box. So those are the perfect kinds of things that I keep because they are perfect for tucking places. So I am going to put these on here. Now these are bigger than her pictures, even though I did trim them down. They originally were 4x6, and I trimmed them down to 3.5 by 4 3/4. Just because there was a lot of background, and especially in that first one with the ice cream cup. There was like our closet door, and there's a bag you can still see a part of, and so I figured I'd trim some of that off. But I wanted them all to be the same size, so I took the one that had the most amount of dog in it and trimmed that one to where I knew what size I could cut the rest of them. So this is the first time our dog had ever had ice cream, at least to my knowledge. I found it at the store, and we were getting ready to go on vacation, so we bought it and treated the dog, and he loves them. So when you get ice cream out now, he's like, oh, me too, me too. So they're a little too expensive for me to buy him all the time, but for special rewards, it's fine. So I put that I Spoil My Dog up there at the top, and then I pulled out that blue one that said, I think it was blue, said something about my dog being spoiled. So I changed that to this one that says Lucky Dog, and I've put this Woof Woof Rough Bark over here on the right side. And then this one right here that's blue with the brown border, it was going to be too big or cover too much of the picture. So I just cut the brown border off. And now the blue, it says, I think it says Cold Nose Warm Heart, which I thought was fitting because he's eating ice cream. And his nose definitely goes in there at least once. He very much loved the ice cream, if there was any doubt. So I get that put down. And really, I was just putting all sorts of things on here and considered pulling out some more, but I felt like I had put enough word phrases on here. So I'm going to tuck in this little fire hydrant that doesn't have a darn thing to do with anything, but it's a cute little embellishment and helps bring that red all around the page because I've got it up in the top corner with the tag or that banner. The word, the little phrase there says, I spoil my dog, and then the lucky dog. So the red is everywhere. And then I have this little perspective from Rainbow Fox, and originally I had it up here on the top of this picture right here. And then I changed my mind and decided to move it down to the middle picture at the bottom. Because I'm trying to space them out because I've got the dog bone down there and then the puppy paw. So I'm going to end up moving that puppy paw up so it gives me that triangular effect with the blue. So I use Nuvo Deluxe adhesive to get those down. And that is it. I hope you will go. There were a ton of people who are hopping along with Jessica. I'm so excited to go and see how all of them, which layout they've selected and how they interpret it, because she is stunning. If you like mixed media, she definitely has lots of that for you. And so it is a lot of fun to take a layout that inspires you and create it in a way that makes you happy. So I hope you'll go below and check those out. I hope you will come back and see me again really soon. Have a great day and happy scrapping.